Hello, it's March 19th today, and we are in Numbers chapter 28 and 29. And this is a section that talks about it's in the beginning of chapter 9, all of it, 28 and 29, talks about the festival and the feast days and the days for the sacred assemblies. And I think this is something that we sometimes fail to appreciate because we don't celebrate those the same way that they're celebrated in the Old Testament. But we've had an opportunity to do a Seder dinner here at the church. And I really enjoy understanding the significance of a lot of the things that are done at these festivals and feast days, particularly at Passover. But um, one of the things that I think about with that is I think it's a really great plan of God's to call everybody together 3 or 4 times a year, 3 times a year, really. So that they can come from their various different places out in the spread out country and beyond, in order to all worship together in the same place. And I think there's some really great value to that kind of celebration. It's like national unity in some sense. There's going to be some pride in who we are and what we do, and some identity that comes from that, and some togetherness that comes out of that, some feeling of family that's shared not just with in your own tribe and family, but with all 12 tribes together. And so I know that Israel wasn't always very successful in celebrating these things, and sometimes they did them for the wrong reasons, or they added a lot of things to them, the different traditions, and maybe built them up to be too much beyond what they were intended to be. But I think there was something beautiful that was intended in them, and often actually, as they're celebrated today, there's an opportunity at least to get to fellowship with one another, but also to concentrate on God for a little while, taking a full 7 days, a couple of times a year, to spend in remembrance of what God has done in the past and celebration of that, and even coming together to remember to sacrifice for sin. I think are really great pictures that God gave to us to be a remembrance of what He has done in the past, but also what He is going to do in the future. And eventually, of course, that wedding feast when we all get to heaven as well and are in His presence, and history is consummated, and things are made like they are supposed to be one more time. So there's something beautiful in those feasts, and I know it's a little bit of I don't know, maybe a drudgery in some sense for us to read through these things and not understand completely, especially since we don't get to carry them out very often. But I think there's a lot of significance and meaning to them. So that's it for today.